what drives the Timothy plan? Is it just accumulation of everything in a stock, such as technicals, pharmaceuticals, and so forth, or accumulation of biblical stocks?
I'm so glad he asked because, we just take for granted. We always talk about biblically responsible investing and that everybody knows what that is. But, what drives the Timothy plan, I think, are their screens. And what they do is they screen all of the available investment stocks, the companies, to see if they fail any of their screens for abortion, pornography, lifestyle, human rights violations, and sometimes alcohol, tobacco, and gambling. And so they make sure that they're not investing money in companies that are contributing to the causes that grieve the heart of the Lord.
Or making money from those.
Or making money from them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So they're not necessarily looking for the impact stocks. They don't care if the management is all Christian. They're not saying that these companies are Christian companies. They're just saying that they don't participate in those causes that grieve God's heart.
Yeah, so they're not driven by necessarily any individual stocks. You will notice that if you were to examine side by side Timothy's large cap, mid cap growth fund, you would see very similar stocks to another non-biblically responsible. What you won't see are probably the big five and even the big 10, some of those stocks being replaced possibly with something else that is biblically responsible. So the vast majority of companies out there that are publicly listed are biblically responsible. People don't realize that.
90% or more.
Yeah, 92% is what it was last time I looked. And that's a pretty significant amount. But unfortunately, mutual funds all own, certain companies. I mean, you can go to, you pick a company that is a large cap growth fund. I can guarantee you every mutual fund probably has certain companies, Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, they're going to be in those companies, in those mutual funds. And so the vast majority, all mutual funds, as far as I'm concerned, are not biblically responsible. There are a couple, but some of the fund companies that are biblically responsible don't have enough funds to adequately diversify. So, yeah, it is. So we're looking not to invest in the very things that we stand against, and that's what Timothy does. And it is really a blessing. And I'll tell you, there have been not a lot, but there have been a number of biblically responsible companies over the years. Timothy is the oldest, and none of them yet so far have survived more than 25 years as Timothy has. So they've been around a long time, and they are unwavering. The president of Timothy Funds is a friend, the founder, CEO, and nobody is more evenly yoked with me when it comes to investment than he is. That's very unusual. I mean, he's unwavering and he's standing firm on the principles. So good stuff.
Yeah, the clincher for me was all about ownership. When we own a stock or a mutual fund, when we own shares of something, we're shareholders. We're entitled to our share of the company's profits, the revenue that's shared, all of those things. And I believe that our stewardship responsibility, even though we don't get to make the day-to-day decisions about what happens in those companies, I believe that our stewardship responsibility still stands. Yeah. And so if we're allowing the part of our share to be used to directly profit from those things that grieve the heart of the Lord or contribute to those causes, the social justice warriors, then unfortunately we're complicit in that.
Hey, remember to click the subscribe button right here on the screen, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new content is added. And more importantly than anything, you don't want to miss all 3 live hours of Financial Issues every day from 9 to noon. And you can watch it on FISM.tv. That's FISM.tv.